At power forward, 6'8", number 28, Louis Hachimura. The big man, 7 feet, number 5, DeAndre. At guard, 6'5", number 15, Austin Reeves. Starting at the other forward position, 6'9", number 23, LeBron James. Starting at point guard, 6'8", number 77, Luka Doncic. Your Los Angeles Lakers head coach, J. Redick. Once again, the starters for your Los Angeles Lakers.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. A pair of shooters at the guards, Curry and Hield, and Richard. And for the Lakers, Hachimura is the 4 with Ayton playing the 5. Reeves in its shooting guard. James is the small forward. And it's Doncic in at the point. Well, we've got a contrasting styles tonight, don't we, Greg? On one side, a terrific offensive team. On the other, a lockdown defensive team.
Yeah, and to me, the best offenses can run through strong B. After all, you can win shooting threes, and there's a lot of perimeter to defend out there.
Doncic against Curry. Outside, Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Hield can't hit. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Reeves outside. To the inside. And Doncic throws it down.
From ultra close range, Doncic.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Shot clock at 5. And it's Butler with the jam.
Yeah, Jimmy throwing it down. Wow, that was tough.
Pass to James. The tray. Good on the three-point shot.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
The kick outside to Butler. No good from the wing. But LeBron's playing days are over, and GA, who knows when that'll be. What will you remember most about his play?
You know, I don't think there's ever been a player who came into the league with such lofty expectations and not only met those expectations, but fair to say, he's exceeded them.
Here's Curry following the basket by LeBron James. Outside Butler from the arc. Rebounded by DeAndre.
Still trying to find their rhythm offensively. Just 1 for 4 so far.
LeBron outside. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Showing some range. LeBron more than capable of hurting you from deep.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Richard, James covering. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Ayton. 3 on 3. Here's Doncic. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
That's 20% now from the field. What a cold start.
Here's James. And he dumps it right in, right on Buddy Hield. Oh, man.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is. Rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
And And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Longtime WNBA star Candace Parker in the building tonight.
And Parker started her career here in LA, MVP and Rookie of the Year for the Sparks back in that 2008 campaign. Still a fan favorite in Southern Cal.
Warriors trail by 10. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
Pass to Pajemski. Outside for Curry. To stop the drought, and the layup is good.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
LeBron outside. Back to Reeves. His three-pointers off the mark.
You know, all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouls.
2 minutes remaining.
Moody finds Green. Here's Curry. Here's the three. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, that's Curry doing what he does best, doing damage from the outside.
Ayton, the pass to James. Doncic against Curry. Shot clock at 6. Doncic left side. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Doncic has got his second basket.
And able to produce under any circumstances. Shot clock has no effect on Luka.
Curry passes to Kuminga. Shoots over Hachimura. Kuminga, no good.
And he can't let that get to him. He should have made it, but he's got to focus on the next one.
Out to Doncic. LeBron James on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Warriors trail by 9. Pass to Curry. And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Maxi Kleber comes in for Hachimura. Jake LaRavia is checked in for LeBron. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Austin Reeves. Al Horford, he's checked in for Golden State. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Stephen Curry. Melton kicks to Horford. And the Warriors miss again. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Bulls.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
They were so precise with their execution. They didn't make many mistakes on either end, and that took the crowd out of the game.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back to the action in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Moody is out there with Pajemski. Then there's Horford. Then it's Kuminga. And it's Butler in at the 4. Now here's Kuminga. Hasn't made one yet. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. Success hasn't changed Austin Reeves' underdog mentality. He said it doesn't shift at all. There's a good majority of people that probably still don't think that I'm that good. It's a common theme for my life. What pushed me to get here are the people who doubted me. I always have to keep that in mind. Guys,
keeps that chip on his shoulder. Thanks a lot, Allie. And Reeves has got the ball here for L.A. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Reeves with the screen on Kuminga. And it's LaRavia missing. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. GA here about 3-level scores. But is it just 3 levels?
Great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range. And there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep 2s as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
Free throw good, Moody. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, the Lakers had been looking for a consistent presence at center, and in DeAndre Ayton, they've acquired a walking double-double and a capable lob threat to pair with Luka Doncic. Ayton has a lot to prove in LA, I'm told, but this pairing is certainly one to watch.
Quite a tandem. All right, John, thanks for the update. Now here's Smart. Last game, 26 points. And it's off from three-point range. Warriors trail by 12. Butler feeling it out a bit. Rebounded by the Lakers. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. LaRavia passes to Reeves. Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Picked by Horford. Melton against Smart. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 12 points with the basket for Melton. And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that.
These are painful, no doubt, but it does happen in this league. Some nights you just come out flat and you can't turn it around.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Andre Ayton's checked in for Jackson Hayes. Hachimura comes in for Maxi Kleber. James checked in for Jake LaRavia. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Austin Reeves. Then for the Warriors, Green comes in for Al Horford. And Curry subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the paint, here's Hachimura. Lays it up off the glass. Hachimura's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. Pass to Moody. Golden State moving the ball around. Outside Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Curry's got his third basket of the night.
Well, there is no distance outside of Curry's range. That makes him one of the most difficult covers in the history of this league.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's Curry. He's got 8. Butler in the corner. Misses the 3.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
You know, Tim, they say you can't measure heart, but Jimmy Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. He is non-stop.
Well, you can talk about his skill level and IQ, but Kevin, what you love about Butler is his competitive will, and he saves his best for the postseason.
Defensive foul.
Tim, DeAndre Ayton was coveted as the #1 overall pick back in 2018.
Well, he moves so well for a 7-footer, and he's got great touch out to the mid-range. Kevin, his offensive game is special.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Ayton. Tim, I can hear it in my head right now. You've called Steph Curry must-see TV. Does anyone from this next generation maybe approach that description for you?
Well, Kevin, certainly Victor Wembanyama would be at the top of that list. You're talking about a one-off when you combine that size with that particular skill set. And then Anthony Edwards would be another guy because of the explosiveness and excitement that he brings every single night.
It'll be exciting to see this next generation and see if they do impact it like the ones before him, for sure. Here's Curry following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. Curry dishes to Horford. Six to shoot. That's a 2 from Hield. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
The jumper is the calling card of Buddy Hield. It's why he's been able to score points consistently in his career.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 10. Pass to Hachimura. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And so far the story on Luka Doncic.
The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. The Lakers making a switch here. Reeves is checked in. Kuminga's come in for the Warriors. Green with a screen for Curry. They kick it out to Green. No good from outside.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Hachimura the pass to James. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Oh, filling it up. James doing it all.
Now here's Curry. In the corner, it's Hield. And the Warriors miss again. And so it's Los Angeles in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot. Outside, it's all good. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things are coming together in the West.
Well, I think for the Warriors, guess they're playing decent, remaining somewhat competitive. Just feel like this team is stuck right now, unable to get to the next level, searching for the answers.
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Rebounding, clearly an emphasis of theirs coming in. Everyone's bringing the energy and putting in that work.
Gotta appreciate the blue-collar approach.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for Golden State. It's a 16-point game. Reeves in its shooting guard. James is the small forward. Hachimura is the 4 with Ayton playing the 5. And it's Doncic in at the 1. That's the Laker 5.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Can't hit from the corner. Warriors trail by 16. In the corner, it's Hield. On the wing, Green. He's covered by 8. No problems knocking that one down. Curry's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Warriors. Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry, Tim, continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponent.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Lakers coach J.J. Redick has brought an attention to detail to this team. Austin Reeves said, quote, set that foundation of doing stuff the right way, and if we do that, we could be a really good team. Redick said it's important to always emphasize the things that you want. That hopefully becomes part of your identity. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Lakers leading by 12. Pass to Hachimura. The 3 from LeBron. 3 ball. LeBron James.
There's the competitive fire of LeBron, getting those 3 points right back, always quick with an answer.
Now here's Curry, takes the 3. Reeves with the rebound. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And there's a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. This seems to be an era, Tim, of parity in the NBA, but some say there has been a lack of rivalries as well, kind of the culprit.
Well, I think it's tough to have rivalries as often now because you need some sort of a history in the postseason, and I just don't think we've had it. Kevin, also, I think it's because some of the stars have changed teams as frequently as they have, makes those rivalries less likely.
Can you think of the last real rivalry we've had in the postseason, even going to the finals?
I think it has to be Steph's Golden State Warriors and LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers' 4 straight finals appearances.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Stephen Curry. And they double up Doncic. And no good. trying to use the glass.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
Hield the pass to Curry. Now Butler. Back to Curry. Over Doncic. Again, Curry missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And stolen by Butler. LeBron against Hield. Pass to Green. Now Curry. Hield outside. Over Reeves. Hield can't hit. Lakers leading by 15. Hachimura kicks to Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 9 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Hield bounce pass. Curry finds Hield. Outside Butler. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Good work defensively by Hachimura. Pass to Doncic. Oh, Ayton in position. It's stolen by Green. Now Curry. And here is Butler. Guarded by Doncic. Releases from 15. And the Warriors miss again.
Oh, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Back to James. Curry with the steal. Butler in the corner. Curry is inside. Covered by LeBron. Curry kicks to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Great quarter for at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
The 3 from LeBron. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Now, here's Butler. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. The 11-footer. Good work there as it goes.
Wow, that is cool. Jimmy Bucket seeing the clock ticking down and drilling the jumper.
Ayton a screen on Hield. From deep, Reeves. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Brandon Pajemski, and it's Horford in at the pivot, manning the middle. Here's Butler, following the bucket by the Lakers. Kuminga the pass to Moody. Now Horford. He's defended by Reed. Here's Kuminga. A three-pointer off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Smart finds Reeves. Back to Smart. Reeves with the screen on Horford. Here's Smart. Off target from outside. Warriors trail by 18. Pass to Pajemski. Kuminga. Over Reeves. Kuminga, no good.
Right, it didn't go that time, but that's a shot he should feel confident in taking.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
Let's go. Whoa. You must have left your dancing shoes at home.
He's checked in for Austin Reeves. Golden State also making some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Horford. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Kuminga. On defense, the Lakers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Right side, Butler. Just 5 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. That guy is all about winning.
That free throw good from Butler. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-90s. We were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys, like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there, reclining fully right next to you.
Now, here's Doncic. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Butler against Vanderbilt. It's Connect on the wing. Smart passes to Vanderbilt. Here's Hayes. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Warriors trail by 18. Butler is screen on Smart. Here's Podziemski. And the Warriors miss again. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Doncic. Now Vanderbilt. Doncic outside. Cleared away by Curry.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the court.
And you have to admire how Jimmy Butler hustles, particularly when there's an opportunity in transition.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. presentation of the player of the game, LeBron James.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Lakers leading by 16. Doncic outside. Here's Ayton. Now Reed.
Yeah, you never want to foul Reeves in the act. A very good free throw shooter.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Lakers, Austin Reeves, taking 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3.
A dependable source of offense. Austin Reeves, a 3-level scorer and a talented facilitator. Plus, this guy's just got that knack for drawing fouls.
And the second free throw, good. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. One of the best defenders of his generation. Tim, do you think Draymond Green will be a surefire Hall of Famer?
Well, he's a former Defensive Player of the Year, and not to mention a key contributor on 4 Warriors championship teams. Kevin, he will be in the Hall of Fame, no question.
Here's James, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Here's Hachimura. Now James, clock at 6. Puts it up from 17. Not gonna go.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Green outside. Curry against Doncic. Curry on the wing. Butler making it happen inside.
And that's a rare trait for a wing. Over the course of his career, most of Butler's points have come in the paint.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Green from outside.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Lakers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
If this were a crime scene, he would be questioned because his fingerprints are all over it.
The 15-footer. Here's Green. And stolen by Ayton. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Now James. Doncic outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now James jacks up a 3. And down goes the 3.
Oh, you got to run LeBron off the ball there.
So it's Los Angeles win this one easy. They quarterback tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
All right, guys, LeBron, a superstar matchup tonight. What goes through your mind when you're facing that kind of a challenge?
You know, for me, it's never about an individual challenge or an individual game. It's about the team. Now, you do take the challenge anytime you're going against anybody, but you also got to have your mind in the game, too, and not make it personal. So taking the challenge, making sure your mind is in the right frame, and just trying to make plays for your teammates to be successful.
Thanks, LeBron. Back to you.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, LeBron James.